Welcome back to Asura's Wrath, and now it's time for episode 14, and once again we control Yasha.
Dun,
We're gonna actually see...
dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun,
actually the
dun.
creator said that the Septembrions are actually based on Star Destroyers, intentionally.
What isn't based off of Star Wars these days?
We're gonna-
Trek. Star Trek isn't based off
We're
Star
gonna
Wars.
see... We're gonna see what happened after Yasha's interference in the previous episode. There will be spruce as small flashbacks. But basically, for now, there's a Gohma horde approaching a village, and Sergei prefers to just bombard everything and get rid of it. But Yasha wants to keep the lives of the people away, preserved.
Why does this remind me of
That
Xenoblade
poor village is still under attack.
Seriously, does anyone else think of Xenoblade Chronicles?
Actually,
Yeah, actually, it does have some similarities to it, yeah.
Yeah, Deji, much like it's a similarities that both this game and Xenoblade have with a specific anime, which I keep forgetting the name, which has these similar themes.
Never mind me, James. We'll need you for Xenoblade Chronicles for your British actors trivia.
You guys are seriously recording that game?
What? Yeah, of course.
We
Why not?
shouldn't.
Isn't that game like ridiculously long?
Yes, it is, but that won't
So?
stop us.
How many parts?
Probably
don't
maybe
know.
100.
Deji, we already did Fossil Fighters, which was like what, 50 parts? I forgot.
60.
60.
And we did Final
It's still
Fantasy
not
7.
over.
And we did Final
No,
Fantasy 7. Which...
Final Fantasy 7 was like 37 parts. In comparison, your Saturn around Jove is like 50 parts or something.
Actually,
Anyway.
Final Fantasy 7 was 57 parts long.
For this first section, we're just controlling Yasha falling. It's really easy. Again, it's another shooter section. It's a question of
punishment.
Yeah.
The Star Successor. What?
Oh, sorry, can you repeat that, Deji?
I said this is
Whoa!
pretty much sin and punishment right now.
What?
Kinda.
What punishment?
Sin and Punishment. One of the lesser-known Nintendo IPs.
Oh! Okay.
You know that one assist trophy from Smash Brothers? That the guy
Yeah.
who keeps shooting at you
Yeah, okay.
with
fair
the
enough.
dual blade sword gun?
Oh, that one!
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Dizzy, also part of the reason we're doing Xenoblade Chronicles is also because it's in preparation for Project Cross Zone 2,
Yeah.
which involves characters on that game.
Oh yeah.
I take it you went in. Well, I'm sure you'll be around for that. The Project Cross Zone 2 is amazing.
I still haven't
Here we
played
go.
the Xenoblade games. 'Cause
Bursting through its ass.
Oh, well, I think you'll love Xenosaga then, especially with the boot cannon.
Seems to be a lot of.
Alright, maybe back, now we're explaining what happened in between episodes. Basically, Yasha had to report to Deus what happened.
Oh yeah, that's right. Azura's still trapped in a mindless rage at the moment.
One thing
Yeah,
I,
no, but that's the thing. Yasha intervened with the Asura attack, so it's always a betrayal thing. But Deus is a bit of a forgiver here.
Yeah, and to be fair, Day is kind of agrees with Yasha about wasting the
Well,
mana.
here's the thing. Deus is not completely evil. Is what TV tropes kind of call it well-intentioned
chaotic.
extremist. No, he has his own moral, and he thinks there are no alternatives, so he will pursue that until the end. Oh yeah, right, Olga too.
Lord Deus, I have a report to make. I used the Brahmastra on Asura.
Yes, I already know.
It was kind of a loud
Yeah,
blast. It would be hard to miss.
Yeah.
Denied! Sit down!
So, out of curiosity, are you gonna be showing off the Akuma and Ryu?
Yeah, I'll show in the DLC part. I have a special part dedicated to the DLCs.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, as you can probably tell, well, as already mentioned, Olga's mantra is lust, obviously, and she has basically the hots for Deus, but their relationship is really violent.
She's a glutton for punishment, literally.
Yeah. Basically, she knows she gonna keep hurting her, but she still wanna be after him because she's compelled by her own mantra, basically.
Also, well,
It's very
So she's an
tragic.
idiot.
well,
Yeah,
she's
that too.
lustful.
She's basically an idiot version of Harley Quinn, pretty much. With the only difference that Deus is not that crazy.
Yeah. Basically, Deus is incredibly honorful to the point where he isn't completely a bad guy. He just has, well, he has what he considers to be good
again, he has
intentions.
these twisted morals that will be also amplified later. As I mentioned in the previous parts, he believes in what he calls the cause. And basically, it's like what Karlov told to Asura. We're basically harvesting more and more mantra to be able to defeat Velitra once and for all. And Deus organized this coup d'etat in order to be effective with this. The problem is, let's just say that the other generals are having their own agenda, including Sergei here, who just wants to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Oh yeah, Sergei. But again, guys, you can trust any character who has the voice of Steve Blum perfectly, right?
Oh yeah, totally. Couldn't we just?
Have you seen the Lion Guard?
It's literally Steve Blum with a suspicious accent.
Okay, unless it,
No,
well,
seriously, have you guys seen the Lion Guard?
No, I haven't yet, but
No.
I've heard
No,
good things about it, so I want to get around to watching
Teo,
it.
question.
Actually, I've
Will
heard bad things about
question,
it,
Teo? Will Steve
Hold
Blum's
on, one at a time. What is it, Deji?
I said I've heard bad things about it, but Steve Bloom voices a villain in that show.
Well,
Sure.
Steve Blum, would you expect him not to voice a villain? He's the same guy who voiced Reaping Starscream.
Starscream, yeah. Anyway,
And
Pedro, what was
Wolverine.
it?
Please tell me. Please tell me that the Steve Blum character is going to turn out to be a Matrix Illuminati wannabe.
Guys, you do remember?
No.
Also, guys, you do remember Steve Blum voiced a Digimon once?
Well, of course. I mean, what hasn't Steve Blum been?
Yeah, and Eddie.
Again, what hasn't Steve Blum been in?
And Eddie.
Kingdom Hearts, I guess.
Super
Good point.
Mario.
Professor Layton.
It's only.
Yokai Watch.
I wonder if he'll be an Ace Attorney eventually. Well,
To be fair, he wouldn't really fit in those franchises anyway. So
Well, I think
That face.
I think he might fit in an Ace Attorney game.
We may now
as-
return to Azura's Wrath.
We now return to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah,
Yes,
close enough.
including... Well, there are poses, so yeah. So again, Yasha is gonna try defeating the whole army of Gohma on his own.
Just so he
Wow.
can.
This'll go well.
Well, just so he can try and, avoid having to waste any more mana, because, he actually wants to do right.
Again, he wants to preserve the life of people, but Sergei thinks it will be just better to destroy them and gather their mantra on its own.
Oh, crap,
Basically,
it's the elephant one.
Yeah, basically it's a conflict between different types of morality in basically preserving the dignity and the life of people, or in just doing
Ha,
whatever
got
the
your
fuck you
nose.
want.
Got the conk.
Yeah, fun fact, actually, elephants also breathe through those things.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the point.
You'd think they would also be able to breathe through their mouths.
Don't lose your way. Sorry.
Don't worry, Deji. We'll be commenting on that anime too eventually.
And
Jesus.
also, in case you're wondering, Deji, Yasha is voiced by Robin Atkin Dolls.
What?
They played us like a dang fiddle!
What
Well,
song?
yeah,
Song?
Robin
song is
Atkin
that
Dolls.
from? Don't lose your way. What's that
Kill or kill.
from? Okay.
Basically, if you don't know, he voiced, as Jova mentioned, Master Miller, but he also voiced Travis Touchdown and in No More Heroes and the Medic in Team Fortress 2.
Poor Miller.
He had a harsh life. Then again, almost every single character in the Metal Gear franchise had a harsh life.
Well,
Yeah,
not
but Miller
just
gets the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
well, you know how it is.
Not just
Teo.
that, but it's sort of how he kind
The
of got killed off like a chump in Metal Gear Solid 1.
Japanese love tragedy. You know how it is.
Well, it's not
I
so much
guess,
the
yeah.
tragedy. Well, it's not so much the tragedy, but also the fact that he just gets killed off screen. Like,
Oh
come
boy,
on.
off-screen deaths. I love those.
Wait, who got
Yeah.
killed off
Actually,
screen?
it's a bit just
McDonald Miller.
It's a bit
Oh
justified in
no,
the
Dwebs,
middle of the
Dwebs, you
year.
saw the entire playthrough of the Super Game Brothers. You know, you should. Then again, considering it's your memory. No, Dwebs, it's an important character that doesn't really matter anyway, so don't worry.
Well, he kind of becomes more important in hindsight because of the earlier games, though. It's like, and to be fair, and to
Yeah,
be
but
fair,
in the context of the first game alone, it wasn't, so it makes sense for that.
Yeah.
Well,
it
the
works
thing
for
is,
the sake
like-
of the plot itself.
well, the thing is, like, well, now that we
Miller
have,
only
you know,
really
stuff like-
matters in the games. He actually has a more prominent role rather than MGS1 anyway. So whatever.
Oh, I get that. It's just like, well, you know, like, well, even still, though, it's like, well, he's now more of a pre-established character, especially now that we actually have Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake localized for us. It's like, well, to be honest, though, killing off a character like McDonald Miller, especially after they gave him more character, admittedly, now we know more about that character, does feel like a bit of a sore thing to do, especially since it kind of gets rid of a lot
Oh,
of his
but those-
character arc.
Well, but the thing is, the games where we actually explain Miller's backstory and everything were done after MGS1 anyway. So.
Except for Metal Gear 2.
Oh, but
Yeah.
but Miller didn't really. Miller's backstory wasn't even mentioned in Metal Gear 2 anyway. So.
Basically, it all comes down to, like, well, that McDonald Miller's death in Metal Gear Solid 1 was one of the few things that game probably did not handle the best.
Whatever.
Well, it was the first game. so.
It doesn't even that doesn't even really matter, especially because when we actually gets revealed, there's something much more important going on anyway. So most people
Oh
don't
yeah,
even
that's right.
notice
the fact
that.
However, it is too late. They already started the bombardment.
Oh crap!
Yep.
That sucks.
Dang it! They really just think far ahead with that energy of theirs.
No, remember, that only is for the Valmastra.
Yeah, but all the same, though, like I said, they're thinking far too ahead with that energy of theirs.
And that's the Septentrion of Sergei, by the way. That's why they gave it names. Mizar. And yes, yeah, I remember, Yasha's mantra is melancholy, so those people killed are really having on him. And yes, Sergei is actually going to taunt him like a bastard.
That poor village. Seriously, isn't everyone pretty much dead from it at this point? Oh, Sergei, you narcissistic little.
Please refrain any similarities to Master Xehanort.
Bad guy from Kingdom Hearts. You know, the one
Yeah,
who's
they
been
just
keeping us
say
hostage.
that the facial expression and the gesture was kind of a reference to that.
Again, Jova, remember, non-Kingdom Hearts fan.
You have to painfully remind me that you forget stuff too.
Well, how can I forget something if I don't even know it in the first place?
Doesn't matter.
Because-
You'll
Yes,
forget.
he's literally having. He
What the
literally
hell?
had an
Jesus
orgasm.
Christ,
He
this
lit-
is
Oh, yeah.
Xehanort.
He literally had an
just
orgasm.
Xehanort makes him sound like he's a pig.
No, that's not. It's mostly because basically, Dwibs, the guy practically orgasms whenever there's darkness around. That's basically it.
Darkness, darkness, darkness.
And this guy is
Charge of
basically the same,
darkness!
but for this.
One way or another, we must gather souls.
So yeah, basically he's explaining fighting like that is completely useless. You're a piece of shit. Just roll with what you've done so far.
Pretty much, you know how you've had your old tactics about trying to fight conservatively? Well, it's all a lot of crud, really.
You remember what our duty is, do you not?
To punch you in the face.
No, it's to stand upon my magnificence beaming off me.
And then punch you
Yeah,
in the face.
basically Yasha kinda understands to do that, but yeah.
Wow, they really were thinking of Xehanort with this guy in his
Oops.
design.
Who could have done that? Surprise!
Oh yeah, it's that guy we kind of left pissed.
And Boom! There you go. Sergei now is dead.
Wow, didn't even get a boss fight.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that he doesn't get a boss fight, but I understand why he got killed like this.
He kind of had it coming.
Pretty much how everyone in Xehanort's at.
Hey,
No,
at least
no, don't you see that? If this was January, we would have probably have like 3,000 already backup plans or something.
yeah.
Anyway, to be
And the
continued.
clones.
Anyway, we got an ass.
Ass.
Alright.
Ass.
Ba-da-ba-ba-bum.
Ass.
Barely made it.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Alright, Deji, you read this. This is basically a report from a captain.
Mhm. Go on.
No, but when screen epic, there you go, go ahead.
The mission to find traces of Asura's movements has the blast from Barbara has set the land ablaze, which still continues, erasing any trace. God damn it!
Alright,
Despite this, we carried on with our mission in search of whatever we could find. Fortunately, we were able to find some footprints on the snowfield. We followed them immediately. After a while in the distance, we discovered one of our fleets mid-battle with the Impure. That is when it appeared.
Basically, it's a tale about one of the captains of generals that discovers that Asura is still well alive and pissed as all hell.
A scorched black stock of a body with the rage glowing in his eyes. The battle had already begun. Because we're scary.
And by the way, the author of this log is basically a generic captain, but it's never referred, he doesn't even have a name, so it's kind of implied that Asura killed him as soon as he spotted him.
Of course.
After the full world had annihilated them all towards the heavens, as if you were calling out to someone.
So shouldn't there be a part where he says, "Yeah"?
After that,
I think he
continued
died at that
to
point.
Asura. My men were horrified and ran away, but by that time I did not care.
Pedro. Hey, Pedro.
Yeah.
I think he must have died when he wrote that part.
Perhaps he was dictating.
But who on earth takes the time to write?
No, you're not. Hold on. Let me do it. Look, Twit. If he was dying, he wouldn't bother to carve out R. He'd just say it.
Well, that's what's carved in the rock. Perhaps he was dictating.
Oh, shut up.
The sound of his ferocious cry still. I must know what it all means.
So yeah, in the next episode we'll have another confrontation between Yasha and Asura, only this time we'll actually control Yasha and we'll fight basically this angered version of Asura.
So they're fighting in the Keyblade graveyard?
Yeah, pretty much.
Kinda.
Oh, don't you see, Pedro? This was Kingdom Hearts 3 all along. It was just commissioned by Capcom.
Alright, see you for episode 15.
See you, everybody.
So yeah.
See ya.